It's going to be a bit of a wobble, and we'll see what we get out of Virtus Pro, of course. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing Virtus Pro.
I'm excited to see this last ban as well. Are we going to see something spicy, bit of a funky ban? No, we're not. Really, the Sledgehammer, the only one that stands out there as being a bit different.
A drone on the Flores just to try and clear out a little bit of utility, but also I think just provide a bit of information as well as to where those players are located. Musi is just going to get forced back out of the bathroom a little bit.
That's C4 from below, mining a thing.
Yeah, Pasha just needs to be a little bit careful there. There are peaks coming across from Pino on this side. The mirror window is going to be dealt with, which is surely going to force Pino a little bit deeper, but I tell you what, I said Pasha needed to be careful, and Pino shows him exactly why.
Oh, and he's got a second couple as well coming in there. Stands the second onto Joystick as he steps forward. Beautiful stuff, and just holding here inside a cocktail, and VP is stepping up one by one, looking to try and take the firefight and being punished for it. And by the time there's anyone trying to react to the pushing towards Nubalk, well, he's long gone. Can we still call it Nubalk, by the way? It has been around
pretty old
so long.
now, isn't it?
It is a bit old.
It's not really new anymore, but there's probably quite a lot of players who've started playing Siege after that, you know, before they don't even know that didn't used to exist. They're probably like, what's so new about it? It's always been there. We've got a nice little angle from Wizard there, actually, just into barback storage. He's just going to dip away at the wrong time. Might have actually been able to catch somebody had he stayed watching, but for the time being, he's trying to prevent the push coming down. Shepard does manage to pick up one. Psycho's there for Dan, though, 4 versus 2. Psycho's just trying to move his way around. Beautiful onto Shepard, easy as that, and it all comes down to always.
15 seconds remaining.
Always. Just unfortunately, no time left to make anything happen here with 4 players to go through and a plan to get down. This round is cooked. Nothing to come off the back of that one. A great first round from NIP. And as I mentioned, Joystick as well on the Zofia. So they probably can burn through what they need to, but again, magnets, you've got the castle barricades to work your way through, you've got the jammers everywhere too. There's a lot working against them, and this is why right now NIP are still really hard pressed up around Piano, up around Bathroom, and don't feel very threatened.
Yeah, I think the Claymores have pretty much gone down where I've said, but yeah, I don't think NIP are really shaping up for that sort of aggression at the minute anyway. But Pino is going to get picked up by a nade, so that levels us up at 4 versus 4 halfway through the round. Cafe attack, generally we would expect a team to be coming away with rounds, so Virtus Pro, I'm sure, going to be looking for a 3-2, sorry, a 3-3 at least. Having lost the first one, they can't leave it too long before they start finding themselves some round. Cons is just trying to move back up, cautious of that east stairs rappel on layout window. There's nobody there at the moment, but that side of the building is being utilised at the minute. Virtus Pro certainly putting the squeeze on NIP, attacking from all sides.
Yeah, and there's the jump out coming on in, and there's the Claymore coming in, but not before Wizard gets the kill. And it brings it to a 3 versus 3.
It's not a bad trade, that, to be honest.
The more you're taking away from the attackers, I think here it is just so valuable, because you're running down things like potentially the impacts coming out from Zofia, the Bs coming out from Shepard, you name it. Always, though, with the longer angle, taking down Psycho. Only 2 left for NIP here. It feels doable, Tim.
It does, and VP are just walking in and taking fights at the minute. Going to be shut down there. Joystick really needed to win that because it gives him that 2v2. The flashbang is going to catch him the second time around, but Musi steps out. A freezer finds Pasha and puts him down. 2 versus 1 now. It's always once again having to get this done. 30 seconds. He's got plenty of time. I think he knows roughly where the players are, but also the information is going to be fed in as he destroys that bulletproof camera. What a beautiful shot through onto Musi. 1 versus 1 though. And Cons, he can play a cute little cautious game here for the last 10 seconds.
Just sit Harold Lumber very happily, and I think he has the idea, always knows as well. He's gone for the spot, but Cons just a little bit too quick for him.
Barback storage behind the shield that they had, but Musi's actually got a shield on Pixel spot as well, so he's aggressing up into there. Pasha does manage to take down Cons, so that's a good start for Virtus Pro this time, getting the entry. They're able to take out a bit more utility as well. They're actually getting some good control here. They've pushed their way into Piano. They've got the wall open at the top of red. They've managed to get that opening kill. They've opened the door into mining, so pretty quick progress so far.
Yeah, looking much better, and I think the pinch onto Cons was great. The flash came in immediately, cause for them to push in, get the man, remove him off the field entirely. Shield's now being taken away as well. I mentioned again, this change in comp coming out from the attacking side is good. The Pasha has been taken down here. That piano battle is going to be such a big one. We're halfway through the round at this point, so it's still a key contestation point for the entire map. But VP have got to find an opening of some kind, and they're not even checking inside a cigar. 2 easy kills coming in for NIP. A 4v2 feels like another round going their way, Tim.
Yeah, Virtus Pro just a little bit short of the pace here. It is their first game in Atlanta, so you just wonder. You know, we've had this discussion all day of Laxing said it himself. You know, sometimes for the teams, for the players, getting the reps in, playing the games is the important thing, and NIP maybe just showing exactly why that is. Virtus Pro starting off a little bit cold to begin with, certainly not up to speed in terms of flashing themselves.
Well, if I just stand there and just takes it like, I know.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try and run away from this one. I'm just going to let the time run down.
Here we go. Must knows one towards his right-hand side pretty close. Got the Grim coming in as well, and then B's doing some work. I think Cons is tucked into exactly the same space that he was last time. In fact, it was Pino this time round. Gets his man for free. Shepard, unfortunately, going to be a little bit out of luck in this round. I think it's another very dominant show from NIP. 4 players left standing. Again, BP, I think, need that time out here, because what they've done so far, although the ideas were good in this round with the Flores and the Habana, it's not getting them the results they need.
It's not at all. NIP starting off really well. Full defensive rotation, 3-0 now. They've got a choice. They could go to Kitchen. They haven't used it
but
yet.
They've also got players like Con sitting downstairs. C4 at the C4 was at the ready. Wizard with it ready here as well to help out on towards the window. Just adapting to what they expect to see coming out of VP. So great reading of the game from NIP.
I'll tell you what, given the opportunity, Wizard's going to hit this Nitro. You can just see it coming as soon as they get aggressive onto that window. It's an absolute beauty of a throw. You just toss it up through the hatch, out through the window, and see what you can catch. He's just waiting for that information. Pasha has managed to make it all the way down to Lumber, though. He's going to be pushing on into Cocktail, and if they don't know, they're going to be in big trouble. Pino does manage to find Joystick, but that's going to be traded out. And the pressure comes into Freezer, and Pasha gets his kill. 4 versus 3. This is much better from Virtus Pro. They've got the vertical control that I was talking about. Now, get your book in there, where is always. Start opening things up.
Shepard's just waiting for the windows as well, just daring anyone to make a move. Another great kill onto Wizard, though. This one's looking much, much better. I'm just nervous because I know that it's Con still standing, and he is one hell of a player when given the right opportunity. Same story for Muzi.
It is both players that you know are going to win game gunfights if they get even a sniff of it. But look at this work that Always is doing. I said I wanted to see the book get in there. I wanted to see vertical angles. He's already found a kill onto Wizard, and he's looking for more. He just keeps opening up more and more angles, and you can see exactly the effect that it's having. NIP just cannot possibly play inside of sight now. They know that there is no safe space. Cons has had to dip his way out to the bottom of White Stairs. Pasha's in. Pasha's planting. That's going to get held. Music. Somehow he's looking to retake the vertical, but he's still got Always to deal with.
It's a lot of pressure coming in from above as well, so I was glad to say the right plan would be to rotate away or drop down, but he's rotated away into storage and taken that gunfight. Cons with it all to do. Shepard beeped his head above the parapet.
Unsuccessfully. Going to have to try and open it up from the side. Needs to get it as close as he can to the hatch. We'll see whether that does the job. I would expect so. If it just but it might. No,
oh dear.
I was going to say it may give an opportunity to see through the electrical, but it's not going to matter because there's no second hard breach guard.
Nope.
So Virtus Pro just coming across a real stumbling block there. It's now on to plan B.
They've got to walk in and try and make this one work. Wizard's already dug in deep for one, tries to go for the second. It's Dan to get that trade back on the other way, but still NIP absolutely marching forward in these entry battles. Dan charges on forward, sure, Pasha hits the deck. However, has been saved by Dan in this position. That's going to make it a 3 versus 4 once Pasha is back on his feet with 15 seconds to play. I'll be panicking, Tim. There's an echo and a clash on side.
Yeah, it's a big gamble taking that time to pick Pasha up. I don't think, it's necessarily a bad idea, but with 10 seconds, it now leaves you with 7. Cons. He just keeps fighting, drops the diffuser as well. 1 second left to go. There's no way Virtus Pro do this. It's going to be closed out. NIP managed to take round 5, and that leaves them window again. And he's inside a Cocktail playing towards Cigar, and he just really made it a nightmare for Virtus Pro to play in and around that area. He's in that same position again, so we'll see if he has the same success. Now we see why they bring in so many Claymores. Doubling them up on
doubling them up, mate, that's it. I mean, Grim is going to see everything here as well, and sure enough, Shepard's suspicions were correct, and Psycho is too easy up and taken Always for free. That's the kind of thing, really, that should be getting caught by a drone. However, they're down to just 4 drones, Tim. 2 of those in back pockets.
Yeah, it's never going to make it easy on a map like Cafe. Dan manages to take down Psycho inside of Freezer, and Virtus Pro have got top floor control by the looks of things. Joystick's going to take a lot of damage there. Joystick is going to be downed. We're going to have Claymore kill as well. But
oh dear.
I picked him up. I said Pino would be the problem. He was in Cocktail. He did well last time he played there. Watch mostly. Also got the Nomad as well. That is particularly important if you're going to be playing those east windows. Just going to prevent the jump outs there. Joystick just going to give him something to think think about. Pasha manages to give him a little something more to think about as he finds the nitro onto Cons. Joystick knows that there's one just outside of Snow Door as well, so Psycho needs to be careful, but the couple of pot shots that were taken by Joystick to begin with have given his presence away. Shepard, if you launch this at White Window, you might get a bit of joy, just a bit too far away, I think. We see the explosion below the Dockerby of Wizard, but it's not going to do the job. Joystick will, however, find Psycho in that long-running battle outside of Snow Door. It's going to be Virtus Pro that come out on top.
Quite terrifying to spin round in towards Piano from Zagara and just see two mirror windows staring at you from slightly different angles. Understandably not wanting to challenge in towards that, which means similar for VP, when they were on the attack, NIP are going to be forced to push in through bar here, or try and work something else out with two of them on the ground floor. Feels like this is the game plan. Joystick just cannot find himself much in this game. 1-7 now. Sure, he's got his first in the round, but Pino is marching on fours. Nade in hand. Timing was almost perfect. Always so close to charging straight into it.
Pino really showing us some of his best today. We know how lethal he can be when he gets running 8 and 4 at the minute and leading the way in terms of solo kills in this game. But at the minute for NIP, it might just not be enough, particularly inside of this round. 40 seconds left to go. 3 versus 4, and NIP don't really have any map control. They're in a very similar position to what we saw out of Virtus Pro on the attack, really. They haven't been able to get in and put themselves in a position where they can start thinking about winning the round. Dan takes down Muzi, and it's all starting to fall apart, but it's that man again, Pino. He's going to have to find an ace if he wants to win this, and cannot, as Virtus Pro shut him down. And not really pushing in towards that side, because I just don't see how they're going to deal with it. But for the time being, they're still working on the Virtus Pro. Pino does his work, manages to find Pasha with a great opener. Pino just picking up where he left off. 10 and 5 now, absolutely flying for NIP here, really pushing them forward on the attack, and that leaves them with at least an advantage for the time being. The drop into Freezer comes. Dan can't really do too much about this now. It might have just worked to sort of bypass him a little bit.
Let's just use that entirely as like a shepherd to get himself inside a sight here, Cons. Really got to see the other side react now, though, try and make something happen. Always has got the right idea. Challenge onto the vertical. Muzi finds Dan, though, and this is the kind of control that NIP needed, Tim. They're into a 5 versus 2, and really, Virtus Pro have just given up far too much ground. NIP up to match point.
At angle, Dan giving us a great demonstration of it there. Takes a shot at the drones. I'm not sure the drone actually saw him there as it buzzed straight across at sort of 90 degrees to him, but still.
No way.
Great. Second time they've been caught with that nitro. Pasha, the one to throw it again, just really showing the strength of that arm he's got to put it out of the window. Perfect placement, and gets himself an opener. Will be down though, and Joystick is out as well.
Another C4 coming out from below as well. Just letting them push through that top floor and catching them out with C4s is wonderful stuff. Now, nothing else left in back pocket they can send skyward, but Dan can still find his man up above. Good stuff. It's been all about vertical denial this game, or this round, sorry, for Virtus Pro, and it has worked wonderfully. Pino, Muzi, we've said this before, don't write these two off.
Oh, they're an absolute dynamic duo. There's no two ways about that. But just moving down that red stairs, need to be careful because there was one playing inside of mining as well, and footholds opened up in the wall, so could get caught out as they try to push through into the sort of double door area. But Pino, for the time being, going to continue. He's got the super short. Hey,
not again.
The triple.
And who did it say it was on for?
It will catch somebody who's trying to find a vertical angle, and that's why they run into Freezer, because they want to open a vertical and then look back on themselves towards this side of the map.
And why did we say the 3? Because in case a gridlock runs over, and that's exactly what has happened, looking for those vertical nades to toss downwards. So really, Virtus Pro haven't had to get involved in many firefights in this round. It's been about the C4s, it's been about the vertical denial, it's been about the cap can traps. Wonderful stuff. Muzi looking in for one, but always with the closeout. But Psycho's got to be so careful. He can't turn towards bathroom because of the player on white stairs. So now what do you do? It's a case of problem solving. They need someone to really pressure onto him, and that's why Wizard, as you can see on the side of your screen now, I think is rotating over that side of the building.
Just looking for the long-range throw with the Selma charge there to, again, make it difficult for that player to stay inside of washroom. Cons just battling that long-range angle onto Cocktail as well, but NIP just stalling out a little bit. That's an important kill, though. Muzi takes down Pasha on the vertical, takes away the threat of that nitro if it hadn't been detonated at that point, but also just opens them up to really start pushing through Piano. Cons, he finds Dan. It's 5 versus 3. It's 5 versus 2. Joystick manages to get one back, go. It's almost certainly over for Virtus Pro here. Joystick has got an ace to find if he wants to close this out. He can't even get the first as he's taken down on White Stairs. NIP looking much better than phase one. Solid performance against Virtus Pro to take themselves into the winners bracket tomorrow.